Well, we interrupt the tours that I've been doing today to talk about like this PC Gamer article that was put out just a little bit ago that brings up some updates and some interesting things to talk about. So, hey, it's Soul. Please like the video, subscribe for more stuff. I'm not going to be doing the full read. I'm just going to be looking at the bullet points. So we actually looked at this article a little bit before, but I'm going to focus on like some of the important bits, and thankfully they've been bullet pointed. And we're going to take a look at what is coming really soon with the pre-patch and what is coming down the road. And I guess most importantly, what is not coming down the road, at least not so far, because they haven't mentioned it. So with the pre-patch and with Midnight, again, we're going to go through these bullet points. New Decor is going to drop from Midnight's first set of raids with a guaranteed number of items from each boss that has Decor. The count will scale with raid size. It's going to be personal loot and will include bad luck protection. So here's kind of my interpretation of that. It just feels like, again, it's going to be, a guaranteed number of pieces that drop. So let's say with 20 people, let's pretend 5 pieces of Decor drop. I don't know what the actual number is going to be, but let's go with like 5. Those 5, they're going to be doled out to random folks. It's going to be personal loot, which probably means that you can't trade it to others. Now, they did say that it includes bad luck protection as well. And I'm kind of wondering what that means. So, like on a personal level, I suppose, I guess if you don't get it today, then you're more likely to get it next time. But how does that translate with a guaranteed number of items from each boss that drop this Decor? Like, I'm not quite sure what the logic is going to be, because there's going to be a reasonable chance that people will want multiples of like the same thing, depending on what it is. So I'm a little bit curious, like how that's going to work out. But I mean, in the long run, we'll be able to like solve this stuff eventually and be able to get it on our own. But of course, there's going to be the audience who are like, oh my God, I really want like 30 of these. So how am I going to do that? And they'll take multiple alts, they'll do that sort of thing. And of course, how does this bad luck protection, how does that translate into the warband as well? Like, can I utilize my alt army to get more of these things? Or is this bad luck protection actually going to kind of like turn against us? I don't know. There's going to be new Renown levels. Extra housing XP is earned. That's earned before going live will be applied to the new levels. He expects the housing journey to add 5 to 10 levels per major patch. Now, I think it's important to kind of like hold ourselves back from getting too excited over like, oh my God, 5 to 10 levels per patch. That's going to be insane. We don't entirely know what these levels will entail each and every time. I mean, what we've seen data mined so far is, hey, we're going to get more budget. We're going to get more pieces. We're going to get more features. Does it have to be consistent like that? No, not really. There may be a chance we may run into a world where we hit a level, but our budget doesn't go up, or we don't get like a brand new snazzy feature or something like that. But then it kind of begs instead, okay, what's the point of these levels? Maybe we'll get something else instead, or maybe the budget increase that we'll get will be like a little bit lower than expected. It could be something like that, but we don't quite know. I do like, of course, that the housing XP that we've earned beyond level 5 right now, for those of us who've capped out, that it is going to apply to these new levels. So for some people, as soon as it's possible, they might shoot to level 6 or 9 or whatever the current cap is, because they've been accruing like so much new stuff, which would be awesome. We've heard about exterior rooms launching with Midnight. The daylight and nighttime exteriors, those are going to be coming out, and they'll be finally made available. Night Elf and Blood Elf stuff, that has been previewed already. They look fantastic, especially the Blood Elf like spires. They're like freaking massive. I'd love to see like the big floating spires when that time comes. We saw a little bit of the medium home exteriors, so it's going to be cool, to help kind of fill out space. But at the same time, it already takes up the limited plot size that we have. But at least we'll be able to see more visible plot sizes. And then this thing about interactive objects, so things that we could actually like, that will create new animations for players, which will be fantastic, because there's been very little of that, new emotes. And that's something that I've been arguing for a long time, especially when it comes to housing, because at least at the moment, housing is great to look at, but it's hard to like actually, uh, live in these places. Like here I am at someone's place. It's like, okay, I want to like actually get up here and I want to cook stuff, or, I want to, sit down, grab a mug and like, do cool things with it. And I can't right now. So, for them to start adding some of this in, that's something I appreciate. Now, those are the things that are like pretty much down the road with with the midnight launch or the pre-patch. There's other bullet points here. The limits to exterior decor will rise, and the current prohibition on exterior lighting will drop. So it tells me that at least into Midnight's immediate launch, that the restrictions are still going to be in place, which will be really disappointing. It's something that I talked about for a little while now, where, okay, there's only so much time left until Midnight launches, and people will have certain expectations, especially with outdoor decor. They're like, hey, I want to put all this stuff and lights and all this crazy things, but it looks like it might not be ready just yet, which is, kind of a shame, but it is planned to be fixed. Mounts and pets you've collected will be allowed to wander your home. Hunter pets and player alt characters are harder for technical reasons. Mounts and pets, great. Absolutely great. I really want to see a Brutosaur like just kind of barreling through my living room space or my cafe. But it'll be really awesome to have pets outside. I want to have 30 of them, 50 of them, all of them just kind of wandering around, sort of doing their own thing. It's going to be very cool. So it looks like they figured out like the logic or what have you, because I mean, think about it like this. Like it would be awesome if we could have like alt characters that randomly interact with stuff, right? But you also got to think too, we have a lot of random pieces of decor that are put out all over the house that serve different purposes. Like, hey, you know what? These chairs or whatnot, that's not really a chair. It's actually a part of something else. So it'd be weird to have like an NPC character suddenly sit on those kinds of chairs. I've suggested in the past, like, hey, it'd be cool if we can go into like the customize mode when you're doing your edits, and you can customize a chair or something like that, and have a checkbox that says, yes, your NPC can interact with this, or might suddenly appear with this, might appear on this piece of decor. Like that'd be very cool, but that's all far and away. New decor items also allow you to mimic other cultures and biomes inside and outside your house, including snow, which is very cool. So they're going to add something that's going to help replace the very ubiquitous carpet that people have been using for all sorts of decor. And then flavor animations for some decor items where you click and something happens. We kind of seen, I mean, that kind of alludes to the earlier bullet point with talking about, hey, we want something that initiates some sort of player emote, but in this case, it's just something that would click and like do something cool, like shooting off fireworks or this cauldron sort of thing. Down the road, there's these bullet points. So, I think I saw something about guild halls. So let's see. One small addition might be permission for guild ranks that will allow guild leaders to determine whether characters can build a house in the guild neighborhood. That'd be kind of interesting. So like, I guess non-guild people, we saw some data mine strings that allude to that, but not quite. So other things that are in discussion, at least, basement levels. People have been asking for that like crazy. More communal spaces, so places for like RP. And then future neighborhood areas. This is a big talking point too. A lot of folks, they want to be able to build wherever they like, which would be great. They also want different biomes as well. And something that I've been campaigning for is to take like the existing neighborhood maps and to carve out new spaces. So right now there's like 55 or so plots. If they can increase that to like 70, because now there's this like underground cave that has been blasted out, or up on high where there's snow. Now there can be like other places where you can build. That'll be pretty damn awesome. They want to focus on costs, which is cool. And that's mostly it. Now, the things that they haven't talked about that sort of disappoint me, at least right now, they didn't talk about weapons. They didn't talk about armor. And I really, I've been talking about this forever. I really want to be able to take the things that I've gotten in game, such as the weapons that I've earned, the things that I fought for, the toys that I've collected, and what have you, and present them out. You know, it's one thing, and I feel bad for using this person's house as kind of an example. You know, it's one thing to take all these new things that we have been crafting and earning and getting achievements for. It's like, hey, cool, I can put this stuff out. These are like staple things, and it's very important to have these that help to bring life and flavor to these houses. But it would feel like it's another thing altogether. So imagine this. Here's an actual true story. Once upon a time, during Wrath of the Lich King, it took me about 20-something tries to get this weapon called the Red Sword of Courage. It comes from Utgard Pinnacle. I forgot the boss's name, but I smashed that dude day in, day out for like about a month until I finally got it, and that felt great. Now keep in mind, I remember the name of that sword. I at least remember the name of the dungeon, but I have that memory of that thing, and I would love to take that Red Sword of Courage and hang that thing up and be like, that was one of the first epic things that I farmed for. That's a memory for me. That's important. And I feel like that would be a huge value, be a kind of a game changer for folks if they can take the things that they have earned in the past, and now they can put up this new appreciation for them up on their wall. And we saw that in like the teaser and everything, and so folks have obviously been waiting for that. And unfortunately, it seems like we might still be waiting unless they just drop a sudden surprise or something like that. So I'd love to learn more, but of course, what we have too is awesome, and what's coming shortly is going to be even more awesome. And on top of that, there's all of Midnight that's coming with all the different decor and new things that are going to be coming in. I was talking earlier about how we've seen very creative builders put things together, and now we've seen like, you know, very popular like window setups and chair setups or battle stations and what have you. But with a new generation of decor coming in, along with other legacy decor that'll be happening, that will be arriving with Midnight and you know, with other patches, we're gonna see like new trends, new things that are really exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. So anyway, rant over. That's all I gotta say. Let me know what you guys think of these updates and what's coming down the line. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.